Hello everyone and welcome back to my Flosstube. My name is Bluesy Jazz. My name is Jasmine and thank you so much for coming back, or hello if you are a first time viewer. I'm so excited to see you. Theoretically. First things first, big news. I graduated. I was able to walk and get my diploma. Well, you know, diploma holder. You guys know how it goes. Or if you don't know, it usually takes about 2 months for your diploma to get mailed to you. So I got that, and I will be applying for my next degree. I'll start applying in the fall, during the fall semester, to start in the spring semester. So I have a little bit of a break, just to kind of get some rest and to maybe get a couple things around the house done that I want to get done. So that's the big news. Other life sort of things, Indy's growing. She's like 21 weeks now, I think, and she's maybe 25, 26 pounds. She was like 25 pounds when we weighed her a week ago. She probably weighs more like 28 now, going on her growth chart. So she's still learning. Stitching can still be tough around her, but I will get more into that later for a couple different reasons. First, let's just go through, you know, the progress updates for this month. I was able to cross stitch on 3 different projects this month, which doesn't sound like a lot, but I did make decent progress, I think. Let's start on my new start, which was a present for graduating. I am working on Lady Justice by Mirabilia. Now, I didn't get the biggest start on her. I've only worked on her a little bit, maybe a little bit over like 2 days. So if you're not familiar, this is what she looks like. And I am working her on We the People fabric, which is the preamble to the Constitution. Oops, that's upside down. It's a little wrinkly, but We the People, and this is my start. So I'm in the ribbons on her dress. Just a little start. I don't think she'll take too long to stitch, in all honesty. I really don't. I think she'll stitch up pretty easy and pretty quickly. I make working copies of my pattern, and I get them spiral bound, and hers only, like, and that's what the pages kind of look like. It's only 4 pages, so it's really not that big. It's smaller compared to a lot of my other Mirabilia or Fancy Lady patterns. So that's her. The next one is, let's go with Secret Garden. This is Secret Garden by Tiny Modernist. And I'm not like super close to a finish, but I am getting a lot closer to getting this finished. So this is what I've gotten done. I just need to finish up down here, go across this side, bottom, the words, which when I phrase it like that sounds a lot, but I don't think it'll take me very long to do. Yeah. Again, I don't think that will take very long either. Oops, I forgot to put it back in. I really like this pattern. I think it's really sweet. So I really do want to get it done. And I'm close enough that I want to get it there. And then my last cross-stitching piece that I worked on are the Hands-On Design Scary Apothecary series, which, if you're not familiar, is a set of 9 Halloween-inspired patterns, which I really love. So since, okay, let's go through the ones that I had finished before we last saw each other. So just to remind you, I have Cackle Lozenges, Bitter Brew, and Cauldron Cleaner, with a partial start that we don't talk about on Spider Legs. Since then, I have finished Broomstick Fuel, and started and gotten most of the top half done of Coffin Paint, which actually I've made a mistake on. You can kind of see I did frog the green border on this side. I need to frog the green border on this side. I did make an error and I need to correct it on both sides. It's not something I can fudge easily, so we are going to correct those. And then the top section will be done with the cross stitching, which that's how I work these patterns. I do all of the cross stitching first, and then I go back in and do the Krynic and the specialty stitches and back stitching. So getting close on this. I don't think this will take me very long. This is only a couple days worth of work, so it'll only take me a couple more to finish. So this is my May piece. I'm doing one a month throughout the year, so I will start and hopefully finish one more before the next time I see you. Don't know which one that will be. It could be Spider Legs because I did start that one, and it's the one I'm least excited to stitch, because some of the negative spacing with the web just like messes with my brain, but it's one of my favorite ones finished to look at, so we'll see. In other cross-stitching related news, I did receive a couple gifts, but I completely forgot to grab them to show you, but I got a set of hoops and the entire series of Months by Lizzie Kate. I'll have to show you another time because I know she has several of them, but it is just a mini smalls monthly series, which I'm really excited to do because I really wanted to do them. So those were gifts from my friends for graduating, and I'm very, very grateful for them, the friends, but also very grateful for the gifts. I really, really enjoyed them. Oh, they got me some flowers and they got me some Prosecco, so that was really sweet of them, and that made me feel really special. So I think that's all my cross-stitching news, though. I honestly, like I said with Indy, don't feel I can pull out my bigger full coverages. She is learning, but I still don't trust her 100% yet to be around it, and yeah, and I'm not totally feeling it right now, which is 100% valid, so I'm not forcing that, so I'm not going to. So if you have watched my previous videos and you've watched this one so far, you might be saying, weren't you supposed to start something else? And the answer to that is yes, I was supposed to start another full coverage. It is a Hate, and it's another Lady Justice pattern, but I can't work on those right now, in all honesty, so that is just kind of on the back burner, and I'll start that when I see fit. Who knows, maybe I'll end up saving it for when I finish my next degree. We'll see. I'll think on that, but for right now, we're not working on her. But with Indy, and having to get up and down a million times, and not being able to feel like I can have threads laying around or stuff like that, I found another craft. Now, it was not replacing cross-stitching, but it is a great supplemental when I really feel like I need a break from trying to deal with all of that and Indy, and that is English paper piecing, which, excuse me, some of you may already be familiar with, some of you may have no idea. It is a form of quilting. It is a traditional style of quilting, and I have taken to it a lot. I really, really do enjoy it. I have always liked quilting. However, piecing on a machine is something I am just simply not skilled at, or maybe not skilled at isn't the right word, but have the patience for, because cutting fabric very, very precisely is not something that I'm very good at, and sewing precisely is something that I'm not very good at. Now I can sew and I can cut, you know, I do make my own bags, and they are, I mean, they're great. They're cute. Look, I even pleated something. I made this one. Like, I can make bags, I do sew. You know, I installed these zippers, right? But sewing that stuff doesn't need the level of precision that some quilting does. And since I'm not about that, English paper piecing is a great alternative, because you don't have to precisely cut anything if you don't want to. You can. You absolutely can. But you do not have to, and I do not. So I am doing a simple, like, round hexagon one right now. Well, I have two. I'll show you my second one in a minute. This one is just a simple, like, put hexagons around and around and around. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. There's going to be one more row after this. This is just going to be like a Christmas table centerpiece. And I'm hoping to make several of these to gift to family. However, they do take a long time. These hexagons are 1/2 inch a piece, or they're 1/2 inch sides, and so they're not very big. So it takes a lot of them to sew together in order to make the finished product. It's very simple. English paper piecing is so simple. I can teach you how to do it here in 5 minutes, less. This is what the pieces look like. And the way you make these is you take your fabric. This is cardstock cut in the shape of a hexagon. You can buy these. Fun fact, I now sell them. Etsy, Paint the Presses, PaintThePresses. Paint the Presses. People sell them. Joann's sells them. I mean, there's a limited size range when you go to some big box stores, or even some places online. I sell them in 4 different shapes, and each shape has like 4 or 5 or 6 or something different sizes. And they're already cut. Or you can print out templates. You can buy templates online that are ones that you print out and cut with scissors or your paper cutters or whatever into the shapes of the hexagons. And then the way I do it is I glue the fabric, which I have just cut in a rough shape. I take my glue, I glue my cardstock, put it down on my fabric on the wrong side. Then I trim off the excess fabric to leave 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 of an inch-ish of a seam allowance. And then I take my glue, put it on the cardstock in a line here, fold over the fabric. Glue, fold over the fabric. Glue, fold over the fabric. That's it. And honestly, something that I have found that I have not heard other English paper piecers talking about, specifically the ones that glue based, is I will take my thing and I want to move on to the next one, right? But the glue hasn't fully dried, and so it's kind of, it might not be fully set. I flip it over, I set it on the table, and then I have a paperweight and I set it on top. There you go. There's your piece. And then you glue the next one, and then you just pull this one out, you put the new one down, put the thing on top. And then you do that for a night. You make a couple hundred of them, and then you can make a thing. The way you sew them together is also stupidly simple. So this one is one I have in progress. I've already attached it to this side. The way I attached it to this side, I put right sides together. I whip stitched it along the edge. I do, the first stitch I do, I'll go through that same hole again, make it so there's a loop. I'll go through the loop to make a little bit of a knot. Then I'll whip stitch the sides, and then I'll make a whip stitch or a loop knot thingy again at the end. And that gives you this. And then these are secured together. And you can see my stitching, but I mean, from afar, not really. And then what you do is you just fold this down so that this edge lines up, and you whip stitch this edge. Then once those are attached, you do this, whip stitch that edge. Then you attach a new one, whip stitch that edge. Around and around and around and around you go. That's it. It's so simple. And it's so easy to just like sit down. Okay, pick up where I left off. And that's why I love it. And then once a hexagon or shape or whatever you're working on has been fully stitched on all sides, you just pop out the paper and it pulls out really easily. When you are whip stitching them together, you just want to go through the very, very edge. I do, but you want to try not to. And I do try not to, but it's hard sometimes. You want to try and not catch the cardstock. Like, you literally just need a couple threads of the fabric. It's the smallest amount. But that doesn't make it more finicky to sew. It honestly doesn't. Honestly, it makes it a little bit easier because you're not having to push it through cardstock and glue. So that's English paper piecing. Told you, 5 minutes. I can teach you how to do it. It's so simple. If you want to do something as simple as this, like I said, go to my Etsy shop. I do sell these paper templates, 1/2 inch, and then I have 3 different bundle sizes in different quantities for whatever size project you want to make. Shipping in the United States only at this time. And I have 4 shapes for English paper piecing, but if you are interested in any other shapes, any other sizes, say you want a 6-inch side hexagon for some reason and I don't have it posted on my Etsy shop, just send me a message. I'm more than happy to make accommodations for you. I'll make it happen for you. Yeah. So this is this project. I'll be making a few of these, so you will be seeing this project come out a lot throughout the year. But it'll just be different ones done over and over again. So, I mean, tomorrow my husband and I are watching a movie, and during that movie we're going to sit and glue hexagons because I don't have them all done for all of the ones that I'm going to make. So he's graciously helping me with that. So that's one English paper piecing project. And then I do have one more that I have out. Have I mentioned? I've recorded this video twice, so I hope I haven't mentioned this already. But I am also selling some project bags on my Etsy shop, and there's one similar to this on there. It's not this exact bag because this one is really giant, and it's also a different kind of accent piece here. But I do have some project bags for sale. There's about 5 different designs. You know, if one sells, I do have fabric to make another, so don't get discouraged if you see one that's sold out. It will be put back on soon. But this is my other project. And this is kind of like with the hexagon ones, like I can't say that there's a designer for the pattern that I'm doing because that one was just hexagons around and around and around. I don't think anyone can take claim to that kind of pattern. But this one, there's a lot of like just traditional English paper piecing blocks, and they're geometric shapes, and you just kind of do what you kind of do. And in this case, it's a very simple one. If there is someone who designed this and has claim to it, please let me know and correct my ignorance, but I'm not working from any particular pattern. This is my block that I'm doing, and I am doing, so every block will have the same center hexagon fabric. Every hexagon block will have a different print pattern and a different corresponding solid. So this is one, and then to show you kind of how they differ, this is another. This one's in progress, so just ignore that. And this one's still got the paper in it, so it's pretty stiff. And then, so these kind of just sit next to each other on the quilt, and then there's, I took, this is 4 triangles, and then it'll go something like this. I don't know how I can hold this. It'll go something like that. And then there will be another triangle on the bottom one. And then every row will be offset, so the hexagon would be like this on the next row. Again, I kind of just am winging it. I mean, there's 27 of these, there's like 54 of these, and there's some hex blocks, so in that sense, I'm not winging it. I know what the size and the dimensions and everything are that for the quilt, but like as far as pattern, I just kind of winged it. And on my Etsy shop, there are everything, all the templates you need to make this quilt for yourself. You can get the paper templates for. This is a 1.5 inch hexagon. This is a 1.5 inch jewel, and this is a, wait, that's not right, hold on. Sorry. 1.25 inch hexagon, 1.25 inch jewel, and a 2.5 inch diamond. And then these are 2.5 inch. Is that right? It's gotta be right. Yeah, that's right. 2.5 inch triangles. Everything you need for this project, you can get there if you're interested. I think that's all that I have, really. Goals for next month. What does the next month look for me? I will definitely be finishing that Scary Apothecary that I have in progress, plus one more. I want to try and finish Secret Garden. And I want to finish that English paper piecing piece, the first one for Christmas. I want to finish that. And I want to get a little bit of progress made on Lady Justice. And I want to finish, so for this project, I have made, so this is what, I call these my packs. You can see the fabric is glued on these pieces, and then they're put together in their block pack. I do not have all these prepared yet. I have quite a few made. I don't know if you can see in here. I have quite a few made and thrown in here, but not all of them, so I would like to finish that. Yeah, I think that's a lot. I don't know that I'll reach all of those goals, but I think some of them are doable. I'll definitely finish Scary Apothecary. I want to try and finish Secret Garden. I really do. I think I can do it. If I put some effort towards it, I think I could finish it. I really think I could. So I'm gonna try. So wish me luck. And it's great seeing everyone. Check out my Etsy shop if you're interested. Paint the presses. And I will see you maybe in a month or so. We'll see when I feel like coming back. It'll definitely be before the end of June. A pinky promise. But who knows? Maybe you'll see me sooner than that if I have some progress to show that I get an itch to get online here and talk about. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time until I see you again. I hope you get some rest, and I hope you just stitch well, live well. Yeah, have a good one.